This is our first day on the mountain. We're actually waiting for legal shooting time here, and I just found out that my Aunt Sue passed away last night, so, you know, I couldn't be in a much more beautiful spot to remember her. And I knew it was been coming for a while, but it's tough when you do kind of get that news. So, you know, I love what I do and I wouldn't trade it, but these are, you know, sometimes you got to be out here when you would rather maybe just be home for that day with your family. But I know there's nothing I can do, and she's in a better place, but just, yeah, sometimes it's hard. Looks like he's ready to go.
So we could need to get it filled.
Yeah, but if I give it to him right now,
Oh, here we go. Look at this.
there's no sense.
Is it like a hunt report?
That one?
Yeah, so it does view what you've seen in a hunt.
Probably read, just something with the end of the hunt
Yeah.
process. Right?
See what the stash is. Yeah. Maybe a good little glass and snack. Some hot cider. Well, thanks again for everything.
Good luck. Enjoy your hunt. Let me know if you need anything out there. Okay?
Will do.
Go for it.
Thanks, Glenn.
You in the front there, and then you'll pass it.
I've dreamed of coming to this place since I was a young boy. Inspired by early pioneers in the sheep hunting world, who told legendary stories of hunting Dalls sheep or Thinhorns sheep in these very mountains. I knew it was a special place, and as I make my way further from civilization, I can already tell I've underestimated just how special it really is.
Bad man traded money for my soul and my quick hand. Contract paying for some men to be dead, paid me silver to fix it with lead. Thoughts are circling overhead. There's a number to mind their song. Covered in blood and I only see red. Living too fast, won't last long. Ever on the run, never look back, son. Live by the gun and you're gonna die young.
I was excited to finally be on the mountain with Dustin, who is a friend of mine and, in my opinion, one of the best sheep hunters who's ever lived. Anyone who knows Dustin knows he's an animal, and if there was a sheep on the mountain, we'd find them.
Now what?
And that's when I got the message that my aunt had passed. It hit me hard in that moment, but there was nothing I could do, and I knew that. I had to push it down and use it as power in every step. the adventure begin.
A small hit of dopamine floods in my bloodstream. A notification calls me to act now. Constant distractions divert my attention to the fact that I'm no longer happy somehow. The media.
See what we've woke up to here. This is actually opening morning of my very first ever Dalls Sheep hunt. It's opening morning for the whole territory here in the Northwest Territories, July 15th. We have no reason to be in a hurry. Up here you can't be in a hurry. So we've got our tent set up. We're kind of drying things out right now. Got a little shut-eye for the first time in about 48 hours last night. This is awesome though. As we started climbing higher, the sheep started appearing through the clouds, and seeing them made it all sink in. I was finally here, in the Mackenzie Mountains, hunting where the white sheep live. So right now, we're watching a ram cross the basin here that from this distance looks like a ram that definitely needs a closer look, but hard to tell exactly how big from here, even with the long lens. So we're just kind of holding out here, observing him, seeing kind of how he works across this hillside, what the wind does, our different approach options, trying to put together a plan. But I mean, you couldn't ask for more than this. We've already got a ram that looks like it's worth a closer look, so kind of one of those pinch yourself moments. You're finally here. Well, the fog lifted enough, just enough to see the ram bedded over here. It's basically on the exact same elevation we are. So from here, he could go high or go low, but we're in a really good spot here for whichever way he goes if he keeps coming this way. All we could really do is sit and wait for the ram to move. The mountain offered no cover for stalking in closer, but he was moving our way slowly, like one bite at a time. The fact that it never gets dark here this time of year has its challenges. Knowing when to keep pushing or sleep can be a blurred line at times. Where the pavement ends, on X begins. It is 4 a.m. July 16th now. Second day of the hunt. This ram has moved around the basin, and we ended up at this spot where we thought it was going to happen. And we had to make a decision whether to commit or break down off of this cliff that we're on and get back down to the tent. And he was coming right at us, which he's still only bedded like 300 yards away, but he stopped for the night. And that put us in the position to not be able to leave. So we've got every layer we have on. We've eaten all the food we have. Haven't been able to sleep. Our tents are down this ridge here below us. We're just hoping it pays off, which I think it will. But it's been a long night out here. We've been pacing, trying to stay warm. Anyway, kind of an interesting first couple of nights in sheep camp. As it started getting later in the day, this ram dropped right into the pocket we were hoping he would. But as things so often happen in the mountains, the temperatures started to drop and the wind started getting swirly. We had a bad feeling about it, and sure enough, this old ram didn't miss it. It was hard to watch him run away after being so patient. We were close, just not close enough. That'll humble a guy real quick. So, we're just kind of moving a little bit slower this morning. Drinking some coffee, collecting our thoughts, trying to figure out what the next plan is, so. Pretty great spot to wake up, drink a cup of coffee, though. Two small rams, 100 yards. We could tell the bigger of these two rams was full curl, but we knew he wasn't quite the age class we were hoping for. I figured I would use this opportunity to practice my stalking, and nothing better to do it on than a real-life, full curl Dalls sheep. Everything I had ever dreamed of. This moment for me was almost surreal. I couldn't believe I was really here stalking a ram. Even though I didn't take the ram, it fulfilled everything in me that I had ever imagined it would be like, to be close to a white sheep with my bow in hand. That was freaking 2 yards. Done, directly below me. Laying there asleep, his head like this. Full curl, but what do you think, like 4?
I think he's probably like maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But just a young one. Not one we're after.
That was incredible, though. And, proves it can be done, huh?
Yeah, it can be done. Just gotta have the right one in the right spot.
Damn. That was super cool. A little older, more mature ram, and my hunt would have ended right then and there. But that stock proved to me I could do it. I felt completely uplifted and was excited to push on. And I had no idea what was ahead. Here we go.